Hey guys, welcome to a very special video, and today I'm here to talk about another movie that today is that film's 30th anniversary, and that, folks, is Mortal Kombat. So, I know what you're thinking, Nate, why doing two videos at once? So, for starters, I realized both these movies released the same day, but many years apart. So that's why I decided to make this video, to explain it to you all. And hopefully by the end, you guys will understand. I may do more of this in the coming future. But anyways, let's get to the talk. So, Mortal Kombat is a very popular video game franchise. Like, when it was starting out, like in 1992, it was doing mainstream success, with the first and second games doing extremely well, and some people just really would like to see that as a Hollywood movie. Unfortunately, at the time when the Mortal Kombat games were making huge successes, there was a really surge of bad video game movies. I'm talking about like the very first Super Mario Bros. Movie. There was Street Fighter and Double Dragon and all that stuff back in like the mid to late 90s. Yeah, at the time, video game movies were just really down south. However, in the later years, like up to present day, some Hollywood has done its best to try and fix and do video game movies well for the fans to enjoy. And some work and others didn't, but instead of talking about that, I'm going to talk about this 1995 Mortal Kombat movie. So, this movie takes the storyline from the first Mortal Kombat game and like adapted and there's some access to the second Mortal Kombat game in that film. The movie does a pretty immersive job of how they tell the story, that is adapted pretty well. And in my opinion, I just see it well. So for starters, the cast of the movie is really fantastic. Robin Shou as Liu Kang does a really great job of acting, as he was just a person who really got into acting a lot, and his first movie was pretty well, and he was quite unknown at the time, so he was a perfect choice to play Liu Kang. Bridget Wilson's Sonya Blade was also pretty fantastic, as well as Lyndon Ashby as Johnny Cage. Some of these were unknown. They did some few roles in other films, but this was one of their biggest movies at the time when they were filming. Now Mortal Kombat is a pretty immersive world and storytelling. Like, we are then also introduced to like Raiden, who is played by Christopher Lambert, who from the Highlander films, and he was okay of a Raiden. Like, I know one scene he had like that straw hat, but then later it just sticks with the white robes, this and that. But I know this was 1993, and there were some changes that the movie filmmakers had to make for this movie. Speaking of which, there were some other actors I enjoyed, like Kirihiro Tagawa, who plays Shang Tsung in the movie. His performance was like amazing from start to finish, and he would also reprise the role in the Mortal Kombat 11, like the crypt area, almost many years later, and he still does a great performance. The other actors, including Trevor Goddard, does a really scary Kano, as well as Talise Soto as Kitana, who kind of looks like almost like Wonder Woman to me. And yeah, the movie does try to put some excellent fight scenes. Like, there's this one fight scene between Johnny Cage and Scorpion. Like, it was like amazing. And fun fact, series creator Ed Boon just does the voiceover of Scorpion when he says, "Get over here!" And yeah, that was pretty amazing how he managed to do that. The visuals and the set designs are pretty fantastic. I also like that fight, along with Liu Kang fighting Sub-Zero. That was pretty awesome. But there were other fights I enjoyed, like with Liu Kang. There were some fights I enjoyed, like when Johnny Cage fought against Goro in like a mountain cliffside. It was pretty amazing how they shot that. Props to the visuals. And the little as I know of this, that the fight between Liu Kang and Reptile was one of the two fight scenes added for the movie, so people would like it, and it did those pretty much well. And yeah, even though the story and acting felt a bit bland out, I find myself still enjoyed that movie almost 30 years later. I wasn't born around the 90s, but when I watched it, I was like a little teen. I just enjoy it. And it's just amazing how like some movies can get really good reception despite of the age-long gap of how old the movie is. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and it was pretty top-notch in my opinion. Fortunately, I can't say about its 1997 sequel, which I'll cover in a future video in November. But anywho, hope you guys enjoy the video. I really just try to say as best I can, but if you want me to say more facts behind the scenes, comment down below. But thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you later.